Now, what are you more addicted to, watching TV or scrolling through your social media? Turns out allowing young people to do too much of either one could be bad for their mental health. Makia Turner is here to break it all down.
Yeah, that's right, Reese. There's a new study, and it included almost 4,000 Canadian students from 7th to the 11th grade, and this was over a 6-year period. They were asked to complete surveys to assess their screen time and behaviors, and the results are a real wake-up call. Researchers have been digging into the ties between screen time and symptoms of depression in young people. Over the course of 6 years, screen time was measured by asking students how much time per day was spent doing things like playing video games, watching TV, using social media, and a computer. Then they were asked to rate their feelings, which included symptoms of depression, including loneliness and sadness. So the result? High levels of social media use and television are associated with depression and can increase the severity of its symptoms. Get this, for every additional hour students spent on both, it got worse. Some good news, though, for video games, they don't usually cause any significant increase. Another thing to watch out for online, cyberbullying. According to the Washington Post, it's on the rise. A report from the National Center for Education Statistics says 1/5 of students between the ages of 12 and 18 say they were bullied. 15% were bullied online or by text. That was during the 2016-2017 school year. According to the CDC, teen depression can affect changes in sleep and eating patterns, and even cause self-destructive behavior. So if you're doing too much of this, give it a break. All right, so here's a few ways to avoid too much screen time. One, you can use it in moderation. Also, avoid exposure to your devices 1 hour before bed. I need to try that. And also try charging your devices outside of your bedroom. Just a few things to prevent some of these effects. So yeah, on that note, Reese, we're going to send things to you. But I do want to say I got my Instagram, I believe, my last year in college. And, you know, it really wasn't as big, I think, in, well, obviously high school. So definitely a critical time for people's self-esteem and everything to be built. So yeah, you do want to use it in moderation.
I feel you. I do want to judge you, but I posted on Instagram literally during that piece. You can check my feed. One thing I will say, though, Twitter, I get a lot of information from Twitter, and it is real time. So that's kind of something that I kind of keep constantly. And I view it as something that's positive, but certainly for young people that are using it in different ways, that could certainly affect their mental health. Thank you very much, Makia. Now